Hello. So last time we are covering the coronary circulation of heart. We have covered the arterial circulation of coronary circulation. Now we are covering the venous circulation of heart. So venous circulation of heart. So first we are drawing the heart. We know this is our heart. ऊपर की तरफ this is superior vena cava and this is inferior vena cava. Here we know a coronary sulcus. This line is coronary sulcus. Coronary sulcus have atrioventricular sulcus. This is atrioventricular sulcus and or coronary sulcus. Here we know this is, and this apex, this part is anterior interventricular sulcus and both their posterior interventricular sulcus. In coronary circulation on posterior aspect of heart, in posterior aspect, posterior side of coronary sulcus, we have a dilated vein called coronary sinus. Coronary sinus, which is present on posterior aspect of coronary sinus. So first we are taking coronary sinus. We are just drawing coronary sinus. Let's say this is coronary sinus on posterior side of heart, posterior surface, not anterior, posterior surface. All venous circulation come in posterior at posterior coronary sinus and then drain into right atrium. All mostly veins drain into coronary sinus, then it drain into right atrium, right atrium. Then, so first we have some veins, important veins. Let's say, so first we have on posterior aspect a vein emerging in coronary sulcus and then come in front and go on margin of heart. This is called small cardiac vein. Then another one is on anterior aspect in interventricular sulcus, a vein from anterior aspect on posterior side, a vein called, this is called great cardiac vein, which is present in anterior aspect and go posteriorly. Great cardiac vein and drain into coronary sinus, cardiac vein. Another vein is present, this is great cardiac vein, on posterior interventricular sulcus. This is posterior side. This is called middle cardiac vein. These are three major veins of heart: small cardiac, great cardiac, middle cardiac. Then these are the major veins. Some are present in anterior aspect and some are in posterior aspect. Then some veins are include some anterior cardiac veins. Anterior cardiac veins. Anterior cardiac veins. Especially, they are not, important point, they do not drain into coronary sinus. They directly drain into right atrium. In fact, another vein, first they drain into coronary sinus, then coronary sinus drain into right atrium. They directly drain into right atrium, into coronary sinus. Instead, they drain directly into right atrium. Then there are some small another veins called, we have read venous cordis minimi. Venous cordis minimi. These are present all over the heart, not only right atrium or left atrium, but mainly majority में present होती है in right side, but some are also present in left side. These are called venous cordis minimi. They are also exception. They also not drain into coronary sinus, directly drain into right atrium. They also drain into right atrium. Into right atrium. Then there is another vein called oblique vein, which is also present in posterior side. This is called oblique vein. Oblique vein, also called Marshall's vein. Marshall's vein. This also present in posterior side. These four veins drain directly into coronary sinus, then coronary sinus open into right atrium. We know the opening between inferior vena cava and septum, atrioventricular septum. There is an opening called coronary sinus opening. And then these four drain into coronary sinus. These four, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These four drain into coronary sinus. Done. Notice. And these two veins directly drain into right atrium. So this is venous circulation of heart. Notice. Now another important aspect is their corresponding artery. Every vein has corresponding artery, or every artery has corresponding vein. So first we know small cardiac vein. The corresponding artery of small cardiac vein is we know from anterior aspect, there is the artery, aortic sinus, right and left aortic sinus anterior. They first grow right coronary artery and then it go posteriorly. So first and right coronary artery also give a branch called here marginal artery. So इसकी corresponding artery होगी right coronary artery. Wait. The corresponding artery right coronary artery and marginal vein. Marginal artery, sorry. इसके corresponding artery. Then from here, this is present on posterior aspect. So posterior aspect में here we have posterior descending, posterior descending, interventricular artery, interventricular artery. Done. For this great cardiac, we know in anterior aspect, in interventricular circle, there is an artery called LAD or left as arterial descending branch or left main stem artery also. Another name for LAD. LAD. Done. So these are the corresponding arteries for this. Note कर लीजिए. So next we are covering the nerve supply of heart. Nerve supply of heart. So there are two supply of heart. The one is sympathetic and another is parasympathetic. Sympathetic increase the activity of heart like heart rate, cardiac stroke, stroke volume, etc. And parasympathetic decreases it. Then, so first we know this is our heart. Let's say this is our heart. We know above towards base of heart there is an arch which is called arch of aorta, and just behind to it, posterior to arch of aorta, a pipe-like structure called trachea present. This is trachea and this is heart. So there are two plexus formed in nerve supply of heart. Plexus means bundle of nerve which supply heart. The one is superficial plexus and another is deep plexus. Superficial plexus present here. This is superficial plexus, and another is deep plexus which is present here, just in front of trachea or just front inferior like this. Here this is present deep plexus which is posterior to arch of aorta on trachea. Deep plexus. So there are two plexus formed which supply muscles of heart. Plexus. Posterior to arch. Posterior to arch. Then so these supply muscles of heart. This is heart. This is trachea. And this is arch of aorta. Then, so these are some things. So first we are drawing the two plexus. We know in cervical region, these nerves are not present at single nerve. They form some ganglions and supply the organs like thorax. The proper single nerve supply the thorax muscles. There are no ganglia just formed. In cervical region, there are many ganglions formed which supply muscles of thorax, muscles of many heart muscles and neck muscles. In cervical region, there are many ganglions formed. The first is, here is sympathetic supply to heart, and this is right side. This is right side of the body, and this is left side of the body. Left side. Both sides, sympathetic and parasympathetic supply present. Sympathetic and in between parasympathetic. Parasympathetic and another is parasympathetic. Both sides of body. Done. In cervical region, there are three ganglions formed. First is superior ganglion, which contain nerves from C1 to mainly C4, and another is middle ganglion. Middle cervical ganglion contain nerves C5, C6. And is another is ganglion, inferior cervical ganglion. Inferior cervical ganglion also contains some nerves, 5 also present here, C6 and C7, 6 and C7, C8 and T1 also include below. Here is T1, T2, T3, T4 and T5. Three ganglions, cervical ganglion, C1 to C5 in this, C6, C7 in between this, and and inferior cervical ganglion contain C8 nerve, C7, C6 and C5, C1 to C5. Then these are sympathetic supply on right side. Just same left side, superior cervical ganglion, middle cervical ganglion and inferior cervical ganglion. Superior contains C1 to C5, middle contains C6, C7 and inferior contains C8. Done. And then T1 nerve, T2 nerve of thorax, T3, T4 and T5. From parasympathetic supply, a vagus nerve comes both sides. This is vagus nerve. Parasympathetic from vagus nerve. Vagus nerve. Done. Both sides. Then here two plexus form. One is superficial and deep. So this is superficial plexus first. Plexus, which contain two nerves from this. The one is from inferior cervical branch of vagus nerve, and another is from superior branch of cervical ganglion. Superior branch of cervical ganglion of sympathetic. This is inferior cervical branch of vagus and this is branch from superior cervical ganglia. Cervical ganglia. This superficial plexus contain only two nerves: inferior cervical branch of vagus nerve and branch of cervical ganglion. superior cervical ganglion from sympathetic. Then the next is deep plexus. Deep plexus contain all nerves except nerves of superficial ganglion. Superficial plexus, sorry. Deep plexus. Like this. From this to this, from one nerve from superior, middle, inferior ganglion, branch from superior, inferior, middle ganglion, from T1, from T2, from T3, from T4, and then from T5. This is from left side, right side. In left side, remember, except nerve from superficial plexus, all nerves go in deep plexus. So no nerve from superior ganglion, just two nerves from middle ganglion and inferior ganglion. And then from T1, T2, T3, T4, then T5. Then this is whole sympathetic supply. Now come to the parasympathetic supply. Sympathetic supply contains all in right side from all nerves on ganglion superior, middle, inferior, and from T5. In left side, no nerve from superior ganglion, just middle, inferior, and T1 to T5. All nerves go in deep plexus. The next from inferior, next from parasympathetic supply. The two nerves from right side, this black side, and another is three. These three are, the one is superior cervical branch of vagus nerve. This is vagus nerve, so just only superior cervical branch. This is inferior cervical branch. Inferior, superior cervical branch. This is inferior cervical branch. Remember, in left side, inferior cervical branch go in superficial plexus, but in right side, inferior branch go in deep plexus. And another is, these are two. And another is, third from both sides, this is third. Third is right recurrent laryngeal nerve. Right recurrent laryngeal nerve. And same from left side, first superior branch, superior cervical branch. These are superior branch, and another is left recurrent laryngeal. This is right recurrent laryngeal nerve, and this is left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Laryngeal nerve. So these all go in deep plexus. One in right side, sympathetic supply, superior, inferior, middle, and T1 to T5 go in deep plexus. Right side, middle, inferior, and T1 to T5 go in deep plexus. From parasympathetic supply, superior and inferior cervical branch and right recurrent laryngeal nerve all go in deep. but in left side only superior cervical branch and left recurrent laryngeal nerve going deep left side. Another, the two nerves, inferior cervical branch nerve and superior ganglion branch going superficial plexus from sympathetic supply. From sympathetic supply superior ganglion, from parasympathetic supply from inferior cervical branch going left side, in left side going superficial plexus. So this is whole cardiac plexus. Note this. The next part is our conduction system of heart. Cardiac conduction system. Cardiac conduction system. Next is conduction system of heart. Conduction system. So first we are starting from right atrium. In right atrium we know there is a vessel called superior vena cava. We know just near to superior vena cava there is a nodal tissue cell. This is called SA node, nodal tissue. In heart there are two types of cardiomyocytes present. Cardiomyocytes means muscle cells of heart. One is contracting cardiomyocyte and another is conducting cardiomyocyte. The muscles which conduct the impulse are called conducting cardiomyocyte and another which contract the heart are called contracting cardiomyocyte. So this is part of conducting cardiomyocyte. Conducting cardiomyocyte. Done. And we know just above at opposite side on posterior wall there is a node, another node, nodal tissue called AV node. AV node, which is present in triangle of Koch. Triangle of Koch. This is whole story of right atrium. Whole story of right atrium. From SA node to AV node, there are three muscle bundles emerging and coming from SA node to AV node, which supply impulse from SA node to AV node. The three are anterior, middle, and posterior. Anterior, middle, and posterior. These are three muscle bundles which conduct the impulse from SA node to AV node. In right, this is the whole story of right atrium. Anterior, middle, and posterior. Then there is another bundle which supply impulse from right atrium to left atrium. This is whole right atrium. This whole right atrium. Then here is a bundle which passes from SA node in right atrium to left atrium. This bundle is called inter-arterial bundle. Arterial bundle. Or another name is Bachmann's bundle. Batchman's bundle, which supply impulse from right atrium to left atrium. This is left atrium. Left atrium. Then arterial supply that come to the ventricles. From AV node, we know a nodal bundle tissue, nodal band emerges. This bundle is called AV bundle, arterioventricular bundle, or another name is bundle of His. Bundle of His, which then go in the septum. Septum is interventricular septum. This is septum, interventricular septum. Interventricular septum. This bundle go inside this, which conduct impulse from atrium to ventricles. Then this side, it divides into two bundles. The left AV bundle, the left bundle, and the right bundle. This is right side. So this is right bundle. And this is left bundle. Then it travels down towards the apex, near the apex, just not to the apex, exact, towards the apex. Here we know in right ventricle there is a band or fibers of muscle called moderator band or septomarginal ligament, which is present only in right atrium. Muscle band, just a single. Which is only present in right ventricle. A band, muscle band. This is called moderator band. Moderator band. The right bundle go in this near the apex, and the left bundle go near the apex and just emerges from septum and then turn. This go in this. Then it breaks into many small fibers. Same in left side. Many branches fibers. Then these are called Purkinje fibers. Purkinje fibers, which supply the whole muscles of ventricle and then come to the role of contracting cardiomyocytes. Then it contracts the whole heart. Here is the moderator band important, which contain right bundle. No moderator band present in left ventricle. Then, so this is the whole conducting system of heart. We know cardiac cycle. Is 0.8 seconds. Done. So this is the supply. SA node, we know SA node is a myogenic which can generate impulse its own, but it can take impulse, but it can supply from venous, from nervous system, from brain. So due to this, it can change or regulate the cardiac activity of heart, like say heartbeat, cardiac output, stroke volume. These things can be regulated through nervous system. Done. So this is whole conducting system of heart. Here ventricles. This is ventricles. Ventricles. right ventricle, and this is left ventricle. Done? Note this. So now come to the surface marking of heart. Some heart sounds, valve heart sound, important markings of heart. We know heart present in middle mediastinum and some vessels and valves attached to it. All these valves, when closes, produce some sounds. These sounds can be heard through stethoscope. So we know in chest, surface marking. Surface mark of valves. Marking of valves. Done. So there are 4 heart markings, which is important. We know there are 4 veins. The one is atrioventricular tricuspid valve, which is present between right atrium, right ventricle, which produces first heart sound, love. This the second important atrioventricular valve is bicuspid valve, mitral valve, which is present between left atrium and left ventricle. And another 2 valves are, this is area of aortic opening, aortic semilunar valve, and this is opening of pulmonary trunk valve. These are 2 another valves, semilunar valves. The valve present between pulmonary trunk and right ventricle, and the valve present between aortic vein, aorta and right ventricle. Done. So there are 4 surface markings. Surface marking. Done. So first surface marking is this. We know this is sternum. We can draw sternum. This is sternum. So 4 surface marking होती हैं. This is sternum. Then this is first rib, first costal cartilage, and this is second costal cartilage. Then this second costal cartilage. The first is valve of aorta, aortic semilunar valve, aortic semilunar valve. From this is present left side in second intercostal space. Intercostal space near to lateral border. Lateral border of sternum. Done. So this is the first aortic semilunar valve. The another is, this is left side, another is present in right side. This is pulmonary semilunar valve. Lunar valve. Right side. right side. In second intercostal space near to lateral border. Border of sternum. Done. So there are two more sounds also produced. We know this is the apex of heart. This is apex. Here is and another sound is. So first we draw, this is first rib, this is second rib, and this is fifth rib, and this is sixth rib. Done. This is sixth rib. Here too. This is apex and this is tricuspid wall. This is area of tricuspid wall area. Tricuspid wall present here, which is left side in fifth intercostal space. Fifth intercostal space. Done. इसे tricuspid area बोलते हैं, also called tricuspid area. Tricuspid area. This is like this. Okay, and another is at apex. This is called mitral area. Mitral area. Here bicuspid wall was present. Mitral area wall, bicuspid wall present here. Cuspid wall present here, which is present in fifth intercostal space. Fifth intercostal space 9 centimeter, 8 to 9 basically, 8 to 9 centimeter from mid sternal line, and medial to mid clavicular line. Then this is whole surface marking of veils of heart. Note this. These are 4. 1, 2. This is 3, and this is 4. These are 4 important marking. From here we can hear the heart sounds by using stethoscope. Wall sound basically. The next part of the heart is pericardium of the heart. Next part is pericardium. Pericardium of heart. So pericardium is just covering of heart. The heart has 3-layer covering. Heart has 3-layer covering. We know the first is, let's say, this is heart muscle. Heart muscle covering. This is heart layer, not pericardium layer. This is heart. This is called epicardium, which is made up of squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium. Then and just interior to it, the another layer is called myocardium, epicardium, pericardium. Myocardium. Myocardium, which is made up of muscles, cardiac muscles mainly. Myocardium. And another layer of the heart muscle is, these are the walls of heart, not walls of pericardium. These 3 layers form the heart muscles, heart layer. This is endocardium. Endocardium. Remember, endocardium is also squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium layer. This is muscular layer. Muscular layer. Then this is muscular layer. And then come to the pericardium wall. Pericardium contains some thick walls and some thin walls. The outermost layer, outermost thick layer, this is called fibrous pericardium. Fibrous layer. These whole 3 layers form pericardium. The one and another 2 come. This is walls of heart. This is wall of heart, not pericardium. Wall of heart. These form heart muscles, heart walls. The fibrous layer, and interior to it, deep to it, the another layer is serous pericardium. This is whole serous pericardium. These 2 layers, both are called serous pericardium. Serous pericardium. Serous pericardium is like that lungs pleura. We know pleura is double membrane. One is parietal layer and one is visceral layer. Same pattern. A balloon-like structure, heart go into it, and then double layer pericardium form. Due to invagination, heart go into balloon-like structure and then double layer form on heart. The outer is parietal layer and the inner is visceral layer. Visceral layer. Done. Now remember, the parietal and fibrous pericardium both are completely fused. These are fused. So there are 9 layers formed. These 3 are the pericardium layer. Remember, these 3 forms pericardium. First thing. These 3 form pericardium of heart. Pericardium. Done. Which is also extend to the vessels of the heart. Some like superior vena cava and arch of aorta and pulmonary trunk also extended. Done. So first important thing, these 2 layers are fused. Then fibrous or parietal, and these 2 layers are fused. These are same layer. This is not different. This is also called serous. This is, remember, no different visceral layer present. The serous visceral layer also called epicardium. This is called visceral layer. Visceral layer. Visceral layer. Visceral layer or serous pericardium. Then epicardium or visceral pericardium, visceral layer, both are same. No different layer. These are same. Then, so this is pericardium and this is part of heart muscle. These three form the one visceral layer and parietal and fibrous. Remember, epicardium or visceral layer take part in both pericardium formation and heart wall formation. This has two roles, one in pericardium and one in the wall of heart. And this space between parietal layer and visceral layer contain fluid called pericardial fluid. Pericardial fluid, which help in preventing friction and adhesion. Just friction, which avoid inflammation in heart pericardium. Then pericardial fluid present between parietal and visceral layer. Then, so note this first. These are the layers of heart. So total 5 layers total. From outer side, fibrous, parietal, epicardium, visceral, and then myocardium, and then endocardium. These are walls of heart. Endocardium them has take part in both roles, wall of heart formation and wall of pericardium wall formation. It has two roles, and between these pericardium fluid present. Note this. Now come to the clinical aspect. क्लिनिकल में आता है कार्डियक टैम्पोनेट. कार्डियक टैम्पोनेट. It is a condition in which when sometimes the fluid is pericardial fluid, it increases. If it increases, then it collects in layer between parietal and visceral layer. It increases, and after some time, it makes pressure on heart muscles. The pericardial fluid increases and makes pressure on heart walls. The fluid increases, make pressure on heart walls. हार्ट वॉल्स पे प्रेशर बनाएगा, जिससे क्या होगा, देन हार्ट वॉल्स प्रेशर इट मेक्स प्रेशर ऑन हार्ट एंड देन हार्ट कैन नॉट मूव प्रॉपरली, हार्ट कैन नॉट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्रॉपरली. ड्यू टू दिस हार्ट कैन नॉट contract and relax, because heart also needs some space. This space is filled by pericardial fluid. It contracts. Then this is heart. If it increases, it pushes the walls both sides. Then mostly pushes our heart, not back side. This side no just effect, not much effect, but it has much effect on heart. It produces effect on heart. Contract and relax. And then case heart failure, heart attack, heart failure. Treatment क्या है? Heart failure. Then mostly pressure on heart, pericardial fluid if increases, cardiac tamponade. Treatment क्या है? ट्यूब के थ्रू फ्लूइड को बाहर निकालो. Solution is using tube, fluid, extra fluid, abnormal extra fluid collection in pericardial space. Then is abnormal fluid collection in pericardial space. Then in pericardial space. Abnormal fluid collection in pericardial space, which is called cardiac tamponade, which pushes the heart and makes pressure on it, then heart cannot relax or contract properly, which cause heart failure. Solution: using tube, extra fluid can be expirated. This is clinical aspect of heart. Whole. Notice. Another clinical aspect of heart is stenosis. Clinical. In which heart valve cannot move properly. Clinical. Stenosis. In which heart valve do not work properly due to calcification of valve, etc., and loses flexibility. So this is called stenosis properly due to mostly calcification of valve, calcification of wall, calcification of walls. Then this is called stenosis. Means walls cannot work properly. This is clinical. This is called stenosis of heart. One clinical and two clinical. Then note this. Another clinical is coronary bypass surgery. When sometimes, if any coronary artery is blocked due to atherosclerosis or arteriosclerosis, we use bypass surgery. We can remove some arteries in leg, like femoral artery part, and then due to this artery, we bypass the blood circulation and remove and prevent the heart attack. The coronary bypass surgery. Coronary bypass surgery. Coronary bypass surgery. Using part of femoral artery, mostly part of femoral artery. We bypass means just crosses the blocked part of artery. We just avoid this blocked part and connect the arteries like together. Then let's say this is artery, here this is blockage, done. So we bypass like this path. We bypass this path like this. So we need this part artery, this artery part. So for this we use femoral artery. We bypass that blocked part. Then blockage in coronary artery, any coronary artery, right, left, whatever, in coronary artery. This third clinical. Another is fourth clinical is in arteriosclerosis and atherosclerosis. Arteriosclerosis or atherosclerosis and atherium. sclerosis. Sclerosis. We use some stents. Let's say this is vessel. It is sometimes blocked due to fat deposition, calcium deposition, or some correction. Like say some pressure. Let's say this vessel, it can be blocked by like this, calcium or fat deposition, calcium or fat deposition, or sometimes like this, engorge हो जाए artery, block हो जाए, pressure due to blockage. These are blockage. Done. So here we use stents. Then stents. What is stents? Stents are some iron rings which can be put here and prevent any deposition, any blockage, pressure due to pressure blockage like this. Artery. We put some iron rings. These are iron rings like this. It prevent further blockage by putting pressure. This is pressure. So these are stents. Stents are iron rings, and this technique called angioplasty. Angioplasty. Done. This is for heart, arteriosclerosis and atherosclerosis. We use this technique. We put some iron filling rings called stents, and this technique called angioplasty to prevent blockage of artery. Done. So this is some clinical cases. Note this. Done. So here our lecture on heart is end. Now then we are starting next lecture. We starting mediastinums. Done. Thank you.